Well, the if your heart is in it and is your heart moving that way, then you need to get some help from different sources. You've got the Red Cross out there. Every city or county in our nation has emergency management people in it, and they're good resources. You've got the internet today. You've got all kinds of things you can start to see what's out there. But I think one thing would be to take a personal inventory of what comes up in daily life. What are the things that we need basically in daily life? And we need food, we need water. And so you think through what the business people would say business impact analysis, BIA. In families, it's the same thing. All right, what if we didn't have our normal sources of food, normal sources of water? And then you start to think, well, what is a contingency plan? If we can't go to the market and get this, what do we need to do to look at it and to get that covered? Lighting, electricity. In today's world, people think it's absolutely necessary, but electricity is not really, unless you're on some kind of life support systems and things like that. But we can live without electricity. It's not as convenient, but we need to think about that. Warmth, lighting, sanitation that we talked about, hygiene. Taking each area of your life, have a family conference, sit down, or a friend conference, and talk through it. Well, I work over here, or I drive from here to here. So what are the risks that we may run into? Where we are physically located, there was a closure of the major freeway, and they had them wrapped up for 6 hours there. And so from that, we developed a highway kit. And it wasn't just for, fixing flats or things like that. It's, here's a little snack bar. We need some water and those kind of things. So the scenarios of life help work through them and see if you can visualize and see what the needs are, and then look for contingency plans. And then surround yourself with people who are like-minded. And there's a lot of conferences that are out there. Training conferences, business conferences, school conferences that deal with this matter. Then we get into, this is all a spin-off. It's an important spin-off, but the active shooter kind of a thing. We're getting that in our nation, and the schools and the businesses, now the churches, which turns into what's called a lockdown situation. Another is evacuation. You've actually got a couple options depending on the nature of the disaster, whether you're going to lock down or whether you're going to evacuate. As we speak, there's major fires going on in our area, and in many cases it's evacuate. You got to get something and get out of there quickly, and I think you ought to address both of them. Have a quick getaway kit that has basic supplies that you can go to a neighbor's house, friend's house, family's house, or shelters that are provided that you can get out of there quickly. And then lockdown is another matter, trying to be able to function in a situation where you can't get in and people, you can't get out and people can't get in.